Yeah, 100%. And it's also just a really good team at enabling the carry, which, you know, Arma is probably like, yeah, I love my team. Because no matter who it is, like, they will TP to the safe lane to make life a little bit better for him. Whether it's 5 Beyond or nothing to say, it doesn't matter. They're always trying to make, or to give Arma the best game possible.
Yeah. And Ame, he's got quite the hero pool. He's played some weird things before. I'm still waiting for that carry Pudge. Obviously, you know, just game 1, but I'm still waiting.
Yeah, and probably also not the right team to try it out against. But yeah, when it comes to hero pool, he's probably only behind Yatoro.
Yeah.
But
that guy's got a massive hero Ocean.
Ocean, yeah.
Yeah, we were talking about that last year. Hero Ocean, Pool, Tub, Bucket, Puddle, River, yeah. Different sources of water letting us know how many heroes you play.
Hero Kettle.
Yeah, well, that's when you got one hero.
When you're boiling over.
Yeah. And then you've got no heroes. But Ori, nothing to say up over mid. Classic Spirit matchup. Who's got the edge here?
It's actually a 5-5 matchup. Like, both of them can outplay each other. But most of the time what happens is they both just farm, both get the levels and gold, and then whoever makes the better rotations basically sets the team off to a better game. That's why I love this matchup in the mid lane. It's really volatile, because like if you're reaching level 6 first, you gank the side lanes, get a couple of kills, suddenly you just dominate the whole map, and the other mid laner just never seems to be able to catch up.
Taking a look up top, Faith Beyond, Jinkyu with the Weaver. Another guy who's got a massive hero Ocean. This guy plays everything.
Yeah, yeah.
From Techies to Void Spirit to Weaver back again. He covers a lot of ground with what he's got in his arsenal. Yeah,
and Weaver can be a little flashy as well, so it's definitely up his alley. The Monkey King against Tide matchup, of course, is going to get pretty bad for Tidehunter as the levels go up. That's why they picked it against it.
Yeah, Tide a very Faith Beyond hero. The only
careful.
other person who feels like he pixated is got the Balance Strike that comes out. Monet getting first blood, but one more shot to get the trade.
Almost a double,
also looking
maybe.
for a double, yeah. He had the Swarm on him, thinking he can maybe get Siamese Cat. But, you know, JT's a big Tide guy.
He loves Tide. Tide and Doom. Tide, Doom, and Mars. The big front guys. But yeah, like, scary. You're giving Shinkyu a good start. He got the kill. He got the solo experience. We all know what Shinkyu can do with money. If he gets an early vessel this game, he can cause a lot of problems if we see him going for that.
And like you said, he's flashy. He gets a little bit of gold behind him all of a sudden. Coming in, making moves, and like you don't expect that from a 4 a lot. Like, yeah, 4 is a playmaker, but I don't know, that stat, gold to damage ratio, like that's a stat I want to see on him.
Yeah, like especially in this game, if he gets off to a good start, we'll see. Because Shinkyu is not really a guy that will build like defensive items, you know. He likes to kill heroes. Or gets pulled to the tower. Take a couple, nice. Disjointing all of them.
Yeah, Ori with the advantage so far, especially against Nothing to Say. That's looking quite good. I know you said it was a 50-50 matchup, but that makes it even that much better. Maybe something from Ori a little bit different this time.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the old, super strong Ori, because he was super nice to watch.
Yeah, he was a playmaker for sure when we used to see him on his Storm.
Yeah, he wins lane and then he starts killing around the map. All right, just
Earth Spike action, sure.
That's what we call a little bit of a mana waste. That's okay. You have mana drain. Doesn't matter.
You ever just like to bully, go big on the mana drain and nothing else, and just take?
Yeah, especially when I play line mid. Level 3, level 2 mana drain. They're just out of mana entirely.
Good luck winning.
Yeah. Can't win if you can't CS. I stun you for every creep.
And they've got what you like, the Grimstroke Lion combo. Get those stacks up.
Yeah, but not as effective as a support though.
Yeah.
I mean, it still can be, of course, a lot of disable and damage potential there. Monkey King is actually struggling quite a bit in the lane. The Weaver, level 4, is giving him a lot of problems. Well, why did you feed Shinkyu killed?
Yeah.
Man, don't do that.
Level 4 Weaver, level 3 Monkey King.
Yeah. Level 3 Tidehunter too. He's the real carry. Or offlaner, I guess.
Just swap it up a little bit.
They have to be careful they don't feed any kills on the top lane here. Once that Weaver gets earn charges, he becomes so much more dangerous. Just like an additional 300 damage in his arsenal.
why just moving up as ogres do. Just, you know, in your face. You've got the armor. You're fine. 7 armor. Look at that. Never in trouble. Never in doubt. He's always going to survive. Although Siamese Cat taking some damage. The Swarm getting him quite low. And all of a sudden, Grimstroke forced to pop a salve just to stay comfortable in this lane.
Yeah, they do have more regen in the top lane now, though, so should be going quite well for Aster. Monkey King can just heal back up with the Jingu, no problem.
Get those stacks.
Yeah, and Sinkyu is actually going back to base.
Gives him solo experience over to Faith Beyond.
Much needed solo experience. Oh, another 2-man ignite. It's actually so much damage. Like, what you want to do against Ogre is you want to stand in the creep wave, so there's a high chance it actually hits a creep. But getting double hero ignites all the time is big.
This should be a spear as well. Yeah, this might be a kill. Y in some trouble. And just early right-click damage doesn't feel that great. Nothing to say low. Ori trying to make the chase. They've got the Swarm. And again, it's just the presence of this Weaver that's kind of making things difficult for Aster all over. Ori had to back off on what probably looked like a pretty easy kill for him. And now Faith Beyond, while he's left alone over top, they get a kill.
Yep, that opening Ori created mid lane actually gives Monet an easy chance to capitalize on it.
A little bit of a rebound in his lane, which he's been struggling with, just a touch. It hasn't been like awful, but yeah, that kill certainly helps.
For sure, for sure. But Tidehunter is also doing very well for himself still. Actually, Mars is struggling the most from the course, which is pretty interesting. I guess Ogre Drow is a pretty strong lane, especially with Y getting like these 2-man ignites all the time.
He's just walking forward.
And they're now thinking about unblocking the big camp so they can utilize it themselves. Once the Drow's level 6, of course, you want that camp for yourself. Full level ahead. Drow on the Mars.
Mars is a very popular offlaner, of course, and XXS, you know, has a big history of success in the offlane with a couple of teams. And, you know, when he used to play with, like, OP on IG, he was a playmaker. He was a baller in that offlane, but I'm still waiting to see that.
Yeah, I think he took more of a farming role, or Ori. I have nothing to say, both, oh, careful!
Yeah, he comes top, and now he's trying to make something happen. However, nothing to say right there with him. Monet will come down with the Primal Spring. They've got the Silence out onto the Void Spirit. Balance Strike, and they get the kill to nothing to say. They'll take out the Void Spirit. Xingqiu trying to get a kill here still. He's got the Phantom's Embrace, silencing him up. Stroke of Fate right over the top, and Ori's got a kill in this top lane. 2 here for Aster. Now 5-1. Aster outplaying LGD in a couple of aspects, and you know, this is something that the panel talked about. Which LGD are we going to get? You know, despite the success of LGD, they struggled in that first season. They struggled.
They did. They really just came to fruition when, like, second season, end of the second season is when they really started dominating the major, and then at some smaller tournaments.
Yeah. There was an OGA China event that was in there that they played, and there was also, you know, I think people, obviously TI is the big result, right?
Yeah.
And that usually covers up any mistakes. But, you know, you got to remember, LGD, they had to play a tiebreaker against Elephant in that first season.
Yeah. We also had a lot of teams, though, that did really great at TI, stuck together, and after it just didn't work anymore. Like it's not just a guaranteed success just because they were really good at TI.
Yeah.
Although, it kind of should be because it's still the same patch. But of course, they had some breaks, you know, and everyone figures out new stuff, so it's never just the same. But that being said, the position in this game for them is still good.
Yeah,
like, their 3 cores still have good money, good level.
Drought at the top.
Yeah.
Okay, that bottom lane's real free.
Mm-hmm.
And LGD, they look all right now. Nothing to say is going to try and go in on the
Bobuka.
Bobuka. And they should be able to get this kill. Aether Remnant down, and Ori comes through. He's got the Inkswell on him. Nothing to say, though. Gets turned on. Oh, boy. Grimstroke really giving Ori the opportunity to go in and jump through to kill off. Nothing to say. And it looks like Y will fall 2 to this Ember. 2 for 1 on what should have been a pretty easy kill. And Drow getting low bottom. They've got the arena and the kill. They'll take out Ame with Monet coming down bottom. That's a big kill to get with somebody on top of the net worth, and now, well, now below both the Monkey King and the Ember.
Yeah, 2 instances of greed, actually, from LGD. They could have easily burst the line if they wanted to, but he was holding his spells on the Void Spirit, which cost him dearly. You end up taking the courier as well. And yeah, like, Armor just showed in front of a Mars. He's like, hey, what are you going to do to me? You know, he just arenas him, Monkey King TPs in, and well, that's what I'm going to do to you. Don't show your face anymore. And Arm is like, all right.
Man, a lot of damage from Faith Beyond there on a Bobica.
Oh, Q again.
Q, and
Bye-bye, Bobica.
yeah, he's the Swarm on him. Shikuchi in a second. Should be another kill on the right click.
Yeah. Another rotation, though. Grimstroke and Ember Spirit on the way top. Gotta be a little bit cautious, though. You're fighting into a potential Ravage.
This combo is dirty.
It's very dirty.
Phantom's Embrace with the Inkswell, making sure he can't Shikuchi out. There's no chance that really that he's, you know, Shinku's gonna get out of that one. And XXS forced back all the way to base. Drow still trying to make something happen, but Ame's moved up into the top lane, at least for now.
That's really where you want to be. Like, you push down a tower, you take the triangle enemy jungle for yourself, because it's the easiest area for your team to protect at that point. And as we said, like, Drow needs to be really big, because most of the damage in this game is going to come from her. Especially with Nothing to Say struggling quite a bit. He's made a couple of rotations, but kept dying every time.
Yeah, that's the thing. You know, he's not really one of those mids who plays like this go-in sacrifice role. He's a guy who likes to snowball real out of control. And, you know, he's kind of getting his snowballs broken up halfway down the mountain.
Yeah, has yet to get a successful rotation. Bobica has so much damage from the Weaver. That's why the hero is so strong.
Yeah, level 6, outputting a lot of damage from a 4-position roll. The Hex is there, but again, you've got the Urn, maybe the Shikuchi and a right click, but Monet ready to go with the Boundless Strike, and they'll still get the kill. So Bobica falls. Another kill here for the Weaver, now level 7. This feels like it's turning into a bit more of the Weaver shifting into a core role.
Look at his item build.
Kind of hanging out.
You got a Gleipnir queued up on a +4. Like, usually you would want to go into Vessel and then maybe Axe, but as we said, Xingqiu is not that kind of guy.
He's going to play the greed if he gets the opportunity to.
I want to deal damage, which actually can work out because the Drow aura is actually going to give him like 60, 70 agi in that mid-late game. So he can potentially become a core, which I actually quite like because, as we said, Nothing to Say is struggling quite a bit in that department right now.
And if you can get some damage out from your Weaver, like Faith Beyond can kind of be there to be your utility guy.
Monet's on fire and Beetle's up too. Earn.
Boundless Strike comes out. They're going to bring the Mars over. XXS with the Arena and the Spear, locking down the Weaver.
He's burning, he's burning though.
Time lapse, Ignite, burn, not going to be enough. He gets back into the base. So Monet, living life on the edge.
Yeah, something he doesn't like to do. Like, he is one of the safest players in all of China. See another big smoke up. They got Finger, they got Soul. What's it called again? Soulbind. Why did I say Soulsbind? Oh no,
catching Ame coming up the stairs, and
you're gone.
It's going to be a Finger and one more right click there for Ori, getting the kill into Ame. So that's the second time he's died and dominating for this Ember. They do finally have the Blink on Faith Beyond. So yeah, the Blink Ravage is there. That's an opportunity maybe you can go for. But we'll see if they can really follow it up. It's Drow that still needs a little bit of time to get involved.
For sure.
Ooh, that's a big one! Ravage on a 3. They're going to go after Ori. There's the slight. They get the kill to Bobica. And a Remnant back and forth. But they've got the stun, and they'll get the kill on Ori, taking out 2. Quick move from LGD. The second you start to doubt them, well, they're going to make you eat your words. And well, they'll get 2 kills, 2 big kills there for them. Ori on top of that net worth, and they want to make sure they can get something out of that Blink Ravage, and they do immediately.
Yeah, I think Ori would have been fine, actually, but he jumped back to the tower into a Remnant.
Stun, Ignite, XXS.
Another kill!
There's
just like
nothing
that.
to say, coming online a little bit.
Yeah. Probably not expecting that much damage, but it was very important for Nothing to Say to finally get some kills on the board. His net worth is recovered now.
Yeah, participating a little bit and getting something going. Ori back into the mid lane, and Xingqiu just here. Hoping to clean up some vision if he can, and maybe output some damage onto the Grimstroke.
Be careful though.
The Sentry Ward now down, and the Phantom's Embrace will silence him up. The Inkswell will stun him, and
okay.
Well, that's when Greed bites you.
Greed meet death. Nice to meet you.
Can't buy your way out of that.
Another 3-man smoke up.
Yeah.
They want to go on Ame again. Monet is already in position potentially to catch him with a stun. But why in a perfect position? But he's moving away.
But maybe he's here to break the smoke. Monet catches vision, and their eyes might just be set onto the Ogre.
Oh, they miss
him, but they've got the Remnant. They should be able to still get this kill. The silence, the stun. Yeah, they've got it. Bobica with the kill onto the Drow, but here comes Nothing to Say as well as Xingqiu once more. They've got the Aether Remnant out onto Ori. That'll give them the opportunity to get the kill here onto the Grimstroke. Double stun out onto Ori's Slight and a Remnant away from the fight. The two-man stun comes out from Bo3, who will TP away. They don't have the damage to get the kill there, and now they're going to look over the Ember. They caught the step and the kill. They had the damage real quick on Ori. Ori, a couple of ganks, not completely gone wrong there. They still got the kill on the Ame, but you know, you're starting to snowball, and it's getting staggered a little bit.
Yeah, and that is all with Ravage being on cooldown. Like, the big timing is whenever Ravage is off cooldown, which is going to be in a couple of seconds here. But, I mean, sure, they kill the Drow, but they lose one of their biggest cores in Ori. And he's really the guy that's going to be dealing the damage in those upcoming team fights.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Blink Dagger now for XXS.
It's an important
Same
one.
situation as Faith Beyond, really. Blink, Arena, Spear. Hopefully you can lock somebody down. And they're hoping maybe that guy could be Ame.
Yeah, but we have yet to see anything from Ame, actually. He's 0-3-0, very quiet, pretty unusual for him, because he's like if we talk about stable carries, at least at the end of the season, in China was always Ame, right? He's like the best carry in China by far, struggling to find his place in this game. Well, as I say that though, his net worth is still top 3.
He's always a guy who likes to fight early.
Yeah.
Like that Spectre build that he would go for, Ags, always looking to fight, even without the Ags. I mean, he's always looking to make his presence felt on the map somewhere. Man, this Weaver level 10 is kind of wild. They're going to bring over Ame. They've got the silence onto Ori. Do they have the damage? Right clicks in, and they surely do. Q there with a kill onto Ori. That is, what, 3 deaths now in a small sequence of time?
Yeah, and that is a rough one too, because his entire team was bottom. Gives it a lot of map control now. Back over to LGD.
Yeah, Ori, unfortunately for him, time's turning elastic and pulling him back to about midway on the net worth chart.
Yeah, he got baited so hard by CQ. like as soon as a Weir fights back like that, it's like a red flag, you know? It's like, oh my god, why is he fighting with 200 HP?
He's definitely got something.
Yeah, and then, of course, a gust out of nowhere. I keep saying that now because of
Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh man.
1K lead here for LGD, and it looks like Aster's setting up to make another move here. They want to potentially show off that blink. I don't know if they've showed it yet on the map, but you can see that XXS is really waiting for his
no.
Using that time lapse to get away, and not only that, I mean, he juked them hard. XXS goes north looking for the Inkswell stun.
It's kind of the wave too.
Wow.
Yeah, that's such a bully move.
Yeah, it's a heads-up play.
Yeah, look, the entire Aster team was like, we move a middle. We can't. It's too late. Like, you should have seen the minimap move when every arrow turned towards the middle lane. But yeah, I was gonna say, Ravage versus Arena, what's better? Well, now you have Ravage versus no Arena and an instant smoke up.
Going Ags Untied. I love Ags Untied.
It's so broken.
I'm a big Gush fan.
Nice reactions though. So
quick blinks, going for the TP out. XXS over in the river, and
they could potentially go threaten Roshan here, to be honest. They do have the Ravage. They can't fight into the Ravage without the Arena, but choosing to play a little bit more conservatively.
Yeah, Arena's not that long of a cooldown, though. Bit of a risk to go for it. Boundless Strike while you're spending your time going for a Sentry. Primal Spring on the
Arena.
Got the Inkswell. That'll start off nothing to say. Soulbind here on a 2, thinking about going to the Ravage, but they've got the silence with the Phantom's Embrace. There's the Ravage. They should be able to get the kill onto Monet. Dominating for Shinkyu, and he is just all over the place, making his presence felt and grasping his hands around Aster.
And look at that net worth. He's at Master's net worth almost. That Glade Me idea that I found ridiculous, well, he's
making things work.
He has an ATOS already.
Yeah. They're going to look to get the kill here on a Y. Faith Beyond going to the backlines looking for Siamese Cat. Anchor Smash really feeling the pain there. Is this Grimstroke? And they still can't kill the Ogre. 2 heads, well, now not going to be better than 1 as Bo3 gets the kill there on a Y. They'll find the Spear as well as the Finger and take away the streak from that Weaver, and a lot of gold for Bo3.
Yeah, you got to be really careful. Like, you're fighting without Ravage, but nothing to say, just coming back in, sniping Bo3.
Astral Step, maybe thinking about an Aether Remnant, but Inkswell, Silence, Phantom's Embrace, the multi-shot keeping them away from the Tide, but he doesn't have Ravage. He is tanky. There's no way to get in once the Wukongs is used, though. So he doesn't want to jump in. They've got the balance strike that lands onto the Drow. Ame now in trouble. Remnant forward, Yule's up into the air. Can he fight back? No. Ori with a lot of damage on the Ame to get the kill onto the Drow, and LGD do one thing right, and then they stay too long, and it all falls apart.
Way overextended.
Wow.
like, you don't have that Ravage, it's the same scenario, right?
Yeah.
You have no Ravage into Arena, you can't do it, especially if your Drow isn't there. He finds the DD, he's like, oh, maybe I should join that fight, which turns out to be a brutal miscalculation.
And it cost them dearly.
Cost them everything.
Yeah, that is everything they got, and well, now that's all thrown away into the trash.
They had like 3K gold lead, now that's all gone. And it's gone. Now I'm gonna work your way back up there.
And we're gonna invest this into your futures, and it's gone. So now LGD kind of gotta recover.
Well, at least nothing to say is top of the net worth.
Yeah, especially after the struggle he had.
Yeah.
But you see Ame, he's starting to hit the bricks and getting weighed down.
Yeah, that like that's the hardest part about playing carry, right? Like, when should I join the fights and when should I like stay out of it? And sure, you find a DD, it's very attractive. Oh, they're setting up for Sync.
Blink, dust, blink again.
He's pretty tanky though.
Double blinks and making sure they've got the lockdown.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfectly set up by XXS. Got the Rebuke into the Spear, making sure they've got the connective lockdown on him, and maybe not feeling as effective anymore. He's got the Rod of Atos. Would you have rather the Maelstrom first?
No, Atos is definitely the build, especially if you have support.
Yeah, but is he a support?
he is. But yeah, actually, if he had Strength Stats there, and Ember is not there, he would not have died. So good rotation from Ori, and
Ori and Monet now sit top of the net worth.
yeah, it's getting a little bit scary. Like, once that Ember gets up to his BKB, and Monkey as well, they both just jump the Drow Ranger. It's not that easy to play anymore for him. And he's going straight into a Shadow Blade. I liked it a lot.
I don't want to jinx how long this game's going to take, but, you know, Aster and LGD, they did have that long, 88-minute game when we were covering them.
That wasn't Season 1, right?
Yeah, Season 1, Divine Rapiers on the Monkey King.
What was it? Monkey King against Rave King?
I think it was something like that, and Aster ended up winning that game.
Yeah. And a nail biter.
Void Spirit almost has this axe,
Yeah.
so 100 more gold and make that 25, and now make that none.
Yeah. Axe is always good, of course, but heavily mitigated by those BKBs that are going to come out eventually.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The thing that's been really killing them is just the Phantom's Embrace. They haven't really been able to deal with that just yet.
I mean, it's an amazing spell against all the spirits, especially once you get it to level 3. And smoke up with that axe pickup.
Yeah, Axe is still on the courier, so it'll get to him before they end up getting into this fight, you'd hope. But now they're going to smoke up, 5-man smoke, ward onto the high ground, and the scan hits. So scan hits Ame. Aster have the idea of where this is going to and what's going to be coming from them. They don't see anybody else on the map, and they're going to start to creep their way over with a couple of heroes smoked. Looking for that Inkswell move once again. Blink, Ravage, BKB. That Ravage is only going to hit the Grimstroke, so Faith Beyond, he forces the BKB, but how well does that feel? Sync, he's in trouble. They'll get in the finger, they'll get the kill, they'll take the Weaver.
Arena?
They're going to look on the other side. They've got themselves the Arena down, the Soulbind in, and Y as well as Faith Beyond are in so much trouble. Aster come through, they counter the smoke with a smoke of their own, and right away they take 3 for the price of 0. That's a great deal.
And they have to be very careful that they don't stick around, because the Lion does have a Blink Dagger. No matter how good your actions are, if you get instant hex, there's nothing you can do. And that Ravage was very ambitious. I didn't like it at all, to be honest. First of all, he didn't blink straight next to him. If he did, maybe it will connect, because it took him a little while to activate the BKB. But if you do it from that range, any pro of this level will react.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too slow.
It almost felt forced.
Yeah, it felt like
Very forced.
it's like, oh, they got unsmoked. Oh, we still smoked. Oh, maybe we can make this play happen. Well, already
thought they had the vision, thought they had it right, and now they're going to smoke again and
Monkey
go for
King
this.
has to be careful.
Monet would be a big kill to get, maybe one that brings him
Just
into
got his
Roche
BKB
Bait.
though.
BKB, right clicks still feel pretty strong here from the side of LGD, and they get the kill to Monet, now dominating for nothing to say.
Might threaten Roche.
Yeah, that is certainly a move where 45 seconds without a Monkey King. No Ravage makes it a little bit dangerous, but they've got the damage for sure.
That's the power of Drow Ranger. Every time you have this matchup with these agile carries, you just deal that pure damage through BKB, even with that marksmanship. Are they willing to fight this? It might be too late already, but they're going out of the pit.
Yeah,
Staying in the pit.
Ogre going to do Ogre things and just stand in the way of anything that's going to come through. Yes, he does die, but
Very
the Aegis
good.
is now into the hands of Drow. That's the perfect job from Ogre.
Perfect play there, yeah. Couldn't have done anything else. Would have been better. And yeah, now that Drow does have the Aegis, and once Drow gets up to like a Skadi, maybe one more damage item is going to be really troublesome to actually... Sure, you can jump him, but you can't kill him. And then once your BKB is over and Tidehunter is an issue, then Drow Ranger is super free.
Silver Edge Scotty could be a problem, and well, now you've got a lot of time to work with because you've picked up that Aegis. You know, some might call Ogre dumb, but that's a wise move from a two-headed Ogre to just walk in and open up now what seems to be the game for him, just by dying.
Yeah.
It's the important role of a support that not many people appreciate.
Especially a Bloodlust support. Your Bloodlust to carry, and then I'm going in. Like, nice.
Luckily, there's no Bane in this game, but then you get Fiend Script and you just go, where's my team?
Dude, let's not talk about Bane, man. That hero is so busted, man. It is so busted. But yeah, double BKB timing is now online, and they are fighting into an Aegis, of course, but if you kill the Drow once, and there's a ring on top of you, Drow's gonna die again. So Aster is probably still feeling very, very comfortable in this game right now.
Monkey King also going to his Silver Edge, has the Echo Saber, and, you know, he's kind of close to it. Not too crazy, but
Ish.
he's getting there. Ish, yeah. I guess ish is the right way to put it.
Against Tidehunter, perfect item, of course.
Yeah, looking to kill off the Tide any quicker, but it does feel like Tide's role has kind of... Well, now he's got the Axe, so it's not as much that, but they'll have that Gush with the Axe upgrade. They'll blink through. They've got the Arena with the BKB. They're going to look and focus their attention on Ame.
He's
got
dead
the
again,
Aegis,
maybe.
But the damage was so quick. Are they going to be able to get into this one? They've got Faith Beyond. He does have a Ravage from the high ground. Boundless Strike, Soulbind on a two-finger. Hits them both. Bobica gets the kill on Ame. Now they're going to look over at nothing to say. They land the spear on the lone tree that's over there onto the side, and they get both kills. They bought back on Y, and there's nothing he can do to get back in.
And a pause to tilt them.
Yeah.
On top of that. But that's exactly what we spoke about. If they're on top of the Drow, it doesn't matter whether she has an Aegis or not, she's going to die again.
The damage was so fast, there was no way he was going to survive even with a second life.
Like, he needs, if he is in that position, he needs a BKB, which he didn't have. Like, I actually thought maybe he's just holding it or something, but no. Gets blown up twice. Couldn't even use the Ravage because he died under the BKBs.
Yeah, he wanted to. You could see the positioning. He was trying to get under the cliff over by that camp and maybe throw a Ravage from the high ground, but that is just like, it's not enough.
Yeah, and it's approaching this territory. Like, sure, Drow deals a lot of damage, but it's the most positional carry in the game. Like, if you're out of position, you deal 0 damage.
Yeah.
Your damage history just goes down by 90%. And they have so many tools now to jump on top of him. The Mars, the Ember, the Monkey King, the Lion.
Down by 90%, you got to get those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers.
Yeah, I think...
Got to be outputting all your damage.
Yeah, this is the problem now with this Weaver build. It looked really cute, you know?
At first, it looked good, right?
You could have had an Axe at this point. You could have. Easily.
And you could save him, potentially.
Right.
And because your positioning wouldn't be the same, right?
Yeah.
Because you're sitting back more to save your carries. So you're not getting caught out in front of your team. You're getting, you know, sitting back more, having that Axe, time-lapsing Ame, and maybe keeping him alive.
Yeah, so this is where the greedy item build can turn into a little bit of a problem, because that's what happens when your support is doing like a carry build, right?
Groundless Strike, and Monet thinking about it. Doesn't have any help, though, so holding down the Void is difficult.
A little bit. Maybe you had a Basher and a Bishop Blade and a Rapier to kill him.
3, if we're going into copying the last time these teams met in that, not the last time, but, you know, in that season 1 last year.
Yeah. But by no means is LGD out of this. Like, Drow Ranger is a hero that can explode you if you're not careful. Like, you get a good Ravage on the Monkey King, he will just die in 1 second. Especially with his item. Like, he went Silver Edge first item.
Yeah.
Not the biggest fan. I think Shadow Blade into another item would have been better, because there's not really a whole lot to break in this game. Bulwark is the big one, of course, but is that better than having an earlier BKB? Because if you now get Arena or Stunned...
You're dead.
Or anything, yeah. Like, even just Ember. He gets like a random shackle on you.
Hexed. Link Hex.
You're gone.
They just have the opportunity to instantly lock it down and throw it down. Ooh, blink forward, and that is a catch on a Y. I don't think LGD want to take that fight anymore, and he bought back in that last engagement that was in the jungle, so he is dead for 70. And this is setting up for Aster to start to really take over the map, and LGD in a bit of a struggle area, struggle city, if you will. And,
yeah, struggle city.
You know, they got to try and navigate themselves out, maybe get a little ways going.
But Aster doesn't want him to get out, so they smoke up straight away.
They've been playing really aggressive continuously. Like they'll get a kill, they'll go for more. You know, even if something messes up, they've gone for it again multiple times with these smokes.
Yeah. I mean, Army really needs his BKB to be able to fight. Which, luckily, he died super fast after they took Roshan, so it's going to be down for a while.
Yeah, you're not really in this position.
Oh,
where
they're
you
looking at
feel
top lane.
Forced to fight. Gush hits into the Aether Remnant. Now they've got the Gleipnir time-lapse boundless strike from Monet, so Xingqiu is going to have a little... Ooh, XSS. Man, if you let him on that one, that would have been really impressive. They'll go for the TP. They've got the Dust, and, well, now they've got the kill. Earth Spikes in from Bobica, and Ori now unstoppable. He is having quite the game, and this is the Ori we wanted to see for so long, and it feels like this is the Ori of the past that people have wanted for a while.
Yeah, I mean, he died a couple of times, but if you're an Ember, you are going to die if you play that aggressively, so...
10-3 and 9, though. That is good luck.
He's doing super well. But yeah, they're just making space now for the Drow Ranger to finish her BKB. Without it, they just cannot fight, like absolutely just cannot fight.
Yeah. Only a tier 1 going down, not the worst thing in the world. You know, you do have kind of a better wave clear and a bit of a farming mechanic here with this Gush Ags.
Yeah. Same thing. Like they do have the Silver Edge on the Monkey King, but he will never be in a position on a Tidehunter where that would actually make a big difference, I feel like. Could have been like half of a Skadi or so. Simply because Tide's job now...
Ooh, nothing to say. Caught, finger, spear, all
He's
landing.
gone.
They've got the Arena and the Remnant forward. XXS with the kill. Bobica, right place, right time, and another one onto Y.
Yeah.
This has been great movements from Aster, now up 5,000. And that's the thing. They're up almost... They are up double the kills, and they're only up 5K. Like, as much as LGD are dying, and they're making some uncharacteristic misplays, they're still in it. It never felt like they've been out of this game at all.
Yeah.
And I know that maybe that's a little bit of LGD favoritism, but you know, you got to give it up for them a little bit. But the most important thing is this is an Aster team, at least at this moment in time, that looks really good.
Yeah, really good with the new lineup as well.
Yeah.
Whoever had doubts, you know, why they didn't win yet, that's still a long way to go. Like, because cracking the high ground against Axe Tide and Drow Ranger is really difficult.
And they're going to have Refresher on that Tide.
Yeah.
And he's going to farm it pretty quickly, again, with that Axe. So, like, that's not a slow build-up.
Yeah, I'm assuming they're also going to go into Refresher on the Mars eventually. Like, Refresher is just such a strong item right now. It's definitely going to get nerfed. Build it while you can. And now the counter, well, not really counter smoke, but a smoke to just try and find anything, because it's been all Aster for
For a while.
Yeah.
Capitalizing on LGD's misplays.
That BKB though is going to be big.
Boundless Strike coming through, looking for the Weaver. They've got the Dust. There's the
Nice.
Blink as well as the Ravage. That lands on a 2-0. They've got the BKB on Ame. Trying to get these right clicks out, but they get the kill here on a Xingqiu. They'll use that Wukong's command. Out of the circle they'll go. Now they've got the Arena down the BKB. Oh, just runs out as he tries to leave the Arena. Now they're going to bring in Ori. They get the go to Ame. A Gush is not going to matter. Now they'll bring through Y, but Y's there just to, well, really be a spectator in these deaths. As Faith Beyond goes down, Y dies. Triple kill for XXS. It was a good Ravage to start, but Aster, great counterplay, great movement, great positioning, and they win it clean.
Yeah, it feels a little weird to see LGD play like this, to be honest, because the fight went exactly how they wanted to. It just, they didn't nearly have enough damage or lockdown.
No.
So Aster's like, all right, I guess we'll just take it.
And nothing to say wasn't there, right?
No, he wasn't.
So
And he's like one of the most important heroes.
yeah, he's the lockdown. He's the Ags, the silences, the pieces you need.
If he's there on top of that Ravage, the monkey's gone.
Yeah, because they would get the Aether Remnant to follow it up,
Yeah.
and then you've got the Astral Step damage.
Yeah, it's, as we said, pretty uncharacteristic. But of course, everyone just came back from a big break, so no one's going to be at full power at this point.
That's the problem, though. In this DPC, you get one chance to beat everybody, and every game you drop is another big problem.
Yeah, I mean, especially now that it's so compressed, right? Like, every game just matters so much more because you don't have, like, another week to just warm up.
Or breathe, or, you know,
Yeah.
the tilt can stay.
It can. But also you have 3 seasons this time, so
Yeah.
potentially a little bit,
As long as you're not getting relegated, you're still in the mix.
yeah.
AC next for Mars. No Refresher, at least not yet. He's got Shard. He's going to pick that up. That's, you know,
Double spear. Yeah, I mean, I like the AC also because, as we spoke about, the Drow ult ignores all base armor, but all the plus armor is going to be very valuable. So it makes sense. The only reason why I like Refresher a bit better is like it protects better against Drow because it just nullifies the projectile.
Yeah, especially if you can position it like they just did, where end of the BKB, all of a sudden you've got the arena that stops him from leaving.
Yeah.
Venn diagram him in. Arena down. They're going to try and make a play out of this one, and it will be a kill on a Y. That is a lot of finger stacks that are starting to, honestly, become a problem.
Yeah, the burst damage is getting high.
6.
Burst damage is getting high. And just look how squishy Drow is. Like, he has so much net worth, but only 1800 health. He even went for the mom build.
Yeah, and he's always in the front of these fights.
Yeah. It's hard not to be, though, because Aster just shifts so quickly that the backline just becomes the front line instantly.
Yeah. They're really guiding where the arena of this fight is. And
So
their spike, they have the Hex, they'll land the Spear, the Soulbind onto 2. The BKB's being popped by Aster, the Wukong's command is out. They've got the time lapse, but not the health and not the time to turn this one around. Monet with a double kill, taking out Faith Beyond and Shinkyu real quick, and they still have 3 minutes on this. Aegis up 14,000 net worth. This is Aster really running away with it. And LGD, man, this is not what they were looking forward to, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're getting outplayed at every turn right now. Just too much of a pace being set by Aster.
Scotty picked up from Monet.
Yeah, like he's just a little chubbub. Big chubby boy now. He's massive.
He's adjusted his belt and can fit it all in. He's ready to go.
But now triple ignite on him. He's gonna burn for a while. Oh, never mind. Inkswell so balanced with a shard. I can't believe it's just as strong, this spell, actually. And it heals you for so much, too. You know, there's just a couple of things whenever I see them right now, I'm like, yeah, I feel like they should have been addressed like 2 months ago, you know?
Yeah, you know. Patches are a thing of the past.
Yeah. Who needs patches?
Although this definitely is a showcase for Grimstroke right now.
It is. Even early game, like, he made so many plays.
Yeah.
Just with the Phantom. And that's from a plus 5.
And not a
no
hero
less.
that gets picked up that much.
Surprisingly.
Feels like he gets ignored a lot. Yeah, I think this hero's got a great toolkit that makes him honestly pretty dangerous.
I mean, yeah. He literally killed Void Spirit like, what, 4 or 5 times at this point?
And Zabrace always strong, and Soulbind with the heroes that can take advantage of it.
Now they're just stuck on the high ground. It feels real bad. Like we said, they can defend the high ground, but it doesn't matter if you can't leave it.
Can't gain gold, you're not going to make up this net worth difference.
Yeah, and even if you leave the base now, it's going to be so hard. So now he's going to the Refresher on Mars. I mean, they're just also rich. Like, what did you even do? LGD? You got to get a really good Ravage. Otherwise, there's just nothing you can do.
And like we were kind of hyping up Shinkyu with this Weaver. He's got a good net worth, but you know, it's not really become effective net worth for him.
It looked great, but like in the last like what 3 or 4 fights, it's just been a big bait for him because he's always in a position where he actually wants to right click, which generally isn't really where Weaver wants to be as a support. You're very squishy, you don't have survivability items, which is why people go for this Axe. You know, they go Axe, Aetherland's Blink, just to really protect. Now he's gonna get it. Probably nothing to say. Still holding on to that Fairy's Trinket actually.
You were just not getting neutrals to help you out. Moving forward, Boundless Strike. Again, Ame on the front lines of this one with the BKBs being popped. They've got the Silver Edge, so they have the break onto Ori, doing a lot of damage onto the Ember, but they'll start to fall back. Time lapse over. Shinkyu looking maybe for some vision, but instead he'll Shikuchi and turn away. Gush is thrown out. No hit, but, you know, nothing more. Going back to that Weaver point, like, I think so many of these fights could have been won by having that time lapse.
Yeah, potentially. But there's like this game right now needs a change of plans for LGD because Drow can't be in the front line all the time, even just now. Like he's the one starting the fight, there's no way. Like you gotta be the one dealing the damage. Because you saw, sure Ember dropped low, but as soon as he was next to Drow, there was no damage.
Yeah.
Like a 200 crit instead of like a 700.
And the thing too is like, that BKB's not getting any longer. It's just getting shorter. So
yeah.
that time of opportunity is becoming smaller and smaller.
For sure. And then now there's an Aeon disc already on the line, so you're not going to be killing him.
Yeah, Boba could have in a game. They all are. Aster looked great.
Yeah.
Not to,
have they played any leagues or anything before? There was nothing, right?
I think all they played was Huya. There wasn't like a DPO or
They
an
didn't even
HCO.
do that well there, right? But now suddenly they're popping off.
Gush is coming through, hits on XXS.
The range is so insane.
Yeah, it is very far.
And it also gives vision everywhere.
6 stacks on that finger. Not going to land that Gleipnir, but they've got time lapse. You can just leave. 40-second cooldown. Not that bad.
Refresher also on Ember Split. Now he has 10 remnants potentially, which is a lot of damage.
And shard. Gosh.
It's just like, now you're at this point where how do you kill anything if you're LGD? Like you literally need a Ravage followed up by a Remnant to kill someone.
Followed up by another Ravage.
Or an Ogre stun maybe.
Yeah. Ooh, not going to have an Ogre stun though if he's dead.
What Ogre?
Finger, boundless, and well, another kill there, this time for Siamese Cat, and another stack for Bobica. Really playing well on this line.
Yeah, now 25 on a Monkey too, so you got a big ring. I think you're getting in some deep wards, but they're trying to sniff out nothing to say here. Oh, the Glimmer!
Ah! Has a couple of rings, but he's not going to go that way. The Aeon just gets popped. Maybe LGD putting themselves in a bit of a precarious position. They're going to look for the TP, but they've got the silence. They have the damage to get the kill on a Bobica. They'll take out the Lion. BKB's been popped by XXS. Nothing to say he's used his as well. Coming over from the side is the Weaver. Balance Strike doesn't land. Ori's still looking for him, but the Shikuchi gets him out of vision. At least for now, he'll Shikuchi again towards mid, away from Aster's grasp. And all of a sudden, I mean, they cut 3K from that fight. It was 15K just a moment ago. And that's their first kill in, what, 10 minutes?
Yeah, Lion had a pretty beefy streak, right?
Something like that, but look at that turn. All of
Yeah.
a sudden, like, show me the gold.
Yeah, and finally they're moving out, getting some kills.
Monet losing his courier. This is what I do admire, though, from Shinkyu. He's cutting the creep wave, making it a little bit more difficult to push out, but he does get caught a little bit, and when he does get caught, that's the opportunity for Aster to go. They were looking for the Inkswell. They're still looking for it. It's not going to line up right, but they've got this Slight and the Searing Chains to kill off White. I mean, he is an Ogre. He does have armor, but it's getting cut in half, and, well, they're really just cutting him up.
Yeah,
He doesn't
Ogre at this
survive at
point,
all.
yeah, he's not tanky anymore. No way. He has like no items whatsoever. But the Weaver finishes his BKB, so he's going like doubles downing on his carry route.
Yeah, pseudo carry. Like, even with the BKB, do you really feel like you're...
I mean, he said pseudo, but he's like...
It's pseudo carry.
No, the Gleipnir BKB is like full carry build
Pseudo
right now.
coring, sorry.
I think you forgot that he's actually a support.
Yeah.
Wait, what do I do?
Sometimes supports get into that mindset. You get a couple of kills early, and you're like, you know what? I'm carrying. Cool.
Yeah, I think he definitely got baited by that. But we'll see. Maybe it works out, you know? Like, he can hit hard if draw range is not bothered.
Another courier
Oh,
kill.
he
This
lost
time
to
with the
Shivas.
Shivas.
No, yeah.
I mean,
Nice pickup.
it happens. You get some kills. All of a sudden, you say, you know what? I'm building Midas on Ancient Apparition. And then you lose the game, and then your teammates are reporting you and pinging you, and then you stop playing Dota for a
Who's
week.
gonna ping Arm in this game, though? 063?
I wouldn't.
Dude, like, if I did it in any pub, I would get reported instantly.
I already report you already.
Thank you. I report myself.
Could you imagine? It's good. I had a bad game. I'm gonna report myself.
I really
And you
hate
get
what I just
banned
did
for
here.
like a day. You're like, yeah, I deserved it.
Like your vote is the one that actually gets you banned.
Ori with the BKB going after Ame again. Ame in the front lines, Remnant back and forth. They've got the Gush coming through, but it's still with BKB.
Be careful,
and the
Ame!
Refresher. He's going to have another BKB. The BKB is going to be popped by Ame. Now they'll look over, and nothing to say, who pops his own BKB. Astral Step running away. That's the Refresher and the double BKB coming out from Ori, and they don't get anything out of it. So Aster trying to take advantage of their lead at the moment, and really kills that probably should have happened.
Yeah, but now the big problem is, how do you... Yeah, against that Monkey King ring.
But you know he doesn't have BKB right now. The arena's down. The Refresher's down.
Yeah.
Can you
But
look
LGD,
for a pick-off and then go for Roche?
like whoever gets one pick off is definitely going to go for Roche. Like, it doesn't matter who.
for sure.
Both teams do it, well, Radiant does it really fast. Dia is not as fast, but still quick enough.
Don't need to be that fast when you got a big lead.
That is very true.
Bobica. Hex.
All right, drain 100 mana and get out of
It's
there.
got the Refresher now, too, so they've got double Ravage. Fighting in a Roche is certainly viable, but certainly scary.
They need to take out that Monkey King, though, with a double Ravage. And if they do, he has buyback.
And if they don't, they've probably lost the fight already.
Yeah. Like, you cannot afford to waste any spell at this point at all. Like, the best case scenario is they kill the monkey with 1 Ravage, you still have 1 for his buyback.
Yeah, if you can get that pick off, and this might be the jump into the
might be
Ravage.
it.
They're on the edge. They are smoked up. 1 smoke used by Bo3, and, well, now they're going to go. They'll make the jump. They've got the double Ravage. It hits onto 3 at the end of the day. They get the kill to XXS, who does have buyback, but that's both Ravages down. The break comes through. They've got the balance strike as well as the finger out onto this Faith Beyond Tide. Meanwhile, the arena as well as the spear
Double
lands
spear.
on both Y and nothing to say. Bo3 does fall. He doesn't have buyback. They've bought back on the Grinstroke too. So, well, 2 buybacks used on Aster. And, oh gosh, the damage out and the kill there onto the Weaver. 4 heroes down to the side of LGD. They might be forced to buy back. They could buy back on 3. They don't have the Tide Hunter, so...
Won't do anything.
I don't know if they really can go for this. Ami certainly can't go for it alone, that's for sure.
Yeah.
They cut into the net worth, but it's not going to matter if you give away an Aegis Cheese and an Axe Blessing.
Yeah, the Axe Blessing is gonna be a
Do you think
big,
they should have bought
big
back
problem.
for this?
No, they can't. No Ravage means you can't fight.
You're giving up so much, though. You're giving up technically 6,000 in gold, even though it's really 42. Whatever, the Blessing part, I don't really count.
Yeah, but the
You're giving up
problem
an
is
and an Aegis.
they didn't even use Monkey King ult. They still had it for the pit. Like,
True.
Draw Ranger just never feels comfortable fighting right now, which is really a big problem of the hero. As we said, like, if you fall behind early, it's very hard for you to catch back up. And if you are in that uncomfortable territory and they have so many jumpers, like, what do you do?
Man, they're really going to just give up this high ground, not buy back. Or at least they're going to try and hold their buyback as much as they can. Maybe Aster can force it out by going for tier 4s and baiting it, baiting some buybacks here. They might buy back once the tide's up if they want to fight, but they still don't have Ravage. It's not an easy fight.
Around Ignite, so it's a quad wall to damage!
It's the damage!
Yeah, Draw
Into
Ranger,
the Monkey
baby.
King. Quad Ignite, now the BKB still gets the top tier 3. That was, wow, okay.
That's Draw Ranger.
I mean, that's the fear, right?
He did a Silver Edge crit with a marksman shot together, which is practically just like a pure 1200 damage or so. Yeah. Very balanced. But yeah, Drow is not out of the game. It's just, he's never part of any fight because he's so afraid that any of the 4 heroes is going to jump him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when they had the double Ravage, he literally did 0 hits in a team fight. He did nothing. And then as soon as he bought back, he ran away with Silver Edge. 0 damage dealt that fight. Like, I understand it's a very difficult position to be in as a Drow, but if you don't hit, you don't deal damage. If you don't deal damage.
I mean, this is certainly a telling graph where Weaver's your biggest damage outputter.
Yeah, it's a big problem. It's a big problem. And most of that damage from just now is actually, or like from that graph is from just now. Like from the Rex defense.
Man, Refresher Monkey King.
Yeah.
No joke that this
it is
item
so
just gets
strong.
picked up everywhere.
Yeah, it's just, like, I mean, Refresher is just ridiculous, but Refresher Monkey King in particular is very strong. You have this double ring. You can literally just ring, jump on top of them. If they run out, you just put another ring on top of the ring. You can never leave. You can't leave. Now you have an Aeon Disc also on the Mars and on the Lion, so who do you burst? Answer is no one.
Lion feeling very comfortable, enjoying his ninja gear.
Yeah. Penta Sword on the Mars, actually. What does the Monkey King have then?
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Or the Witchblade. Yeah, oh, okay. Did the spell. I like it.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I don't like LGD's chances, though.
Now down 25,000. 25,000. They were cutting into it, but then, you know, they weren't.
Yeah, then the bank said, okay, we're collecting our interest now. Interest fee.
Yeah, and Aster collected on their interest, and, you know, that comes with an Axe Blessing and some racks and some gold from towers.
Dire's
Yeah,
top
and a
tower is
cheese.
under
Cheese and an Aegis. I mean, that graph just...
Looks pretty. Surprisingly enough, they still have they still give LGD a 26% chance.
That is pretty high when you consider where this game looks like it's at.
You have
But
seen the draw damage, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you're in the right position, defending the high ground, but LGD, 5-man smoke, they're all going to fight outside the base.
They saw the Ember. They saw the Ember. They're looking for him. But now they're all together. They're probably, oh my god, is Icon so scary to go up?
They know they can go up the left side.
It's so obvious the smoke, though, because all the lanes are pushing in. You're not showing anywhere. Aster's 100% prepared
And
for
they're
this.
not even anywhere close.
Yeah, like they're so ready for
Look
this.
at where they are.
Wow.
What, 985 crit?
And it's without Silver Edge.
5-man smoke now from Aster. They read the map, they read the move, and now they're going to try and counter it. And the question is, you know, you just had LGD TP back from top, so they have to walk their way back after going back to top.
Dude, like, I just want to see Drow hit the monkey like 4 times and he just dies instantly.
Is under attack.
Potentially.
Oh my god. Like,
Ooh, they found why.
why did they find why?
Because the chicken crossed the road, and they're going to get the kill there. They are on the look to the Ravage, but they've got the Aeon. Just the right-click damage coming through on the XSS with the BKB. Ame in some trouble, leashed up next to the Soulbind. Wukong's Ame getting low, and, well, there's the double Abyssal. There's the double kill, and there goes LGD in this fight. They bought back on
finger
Y.
damage,
They
wow.
don't get Weaver out, and, well, now Weaver's dead for 90. They drop the gem. They drop a lot of gold and a lot of percentages in winning this game.
Yeah, like, it was just the worst case scenario. Like, your BKB Drow was soulbound, and then he can't run away out of the arena, out of the ring.
And again, in the forefront of that fight.
Yeah, like, he's always in melee range of someone when the fight starts. It's a big, big problem.
And the Blink Daggers have really made that presence felt from XXS, from Bobica. They blink right in. Blink, Ravage coming
Good
through
damage.
once again. The damage coming into the Monkey King. Here comes Ori, though. There's the Gleipnir. They've got the Earth Spike. They'll get the kill to Ami. They'll take him out quickly. They look over at nothing to say. He just bought back. They get the kill there onto the Monkey King, but Monet has buyback. Nothing to say is dead. 4 euros gone without buyback, and there's the
That's
GG. Aster. They are going to look clean in this game, number 1, and they will take it over LGD. Wow. A great way to start the series, a great way to start the season. They're 1 game closer to taking a series off LGD.
Yeah, it's very impressive performance for sure.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
LGD tried their best, stayed in it for as long as they could. But yeah, Aster gave him no chance to breathe. Like, really, every team fight just boiled down to the same thing. Which one of us 4 gets